Hello, brilliant one. I'm Tara-Nicholle Nelson, the CEO of Soul Tour and founder of the School of Spiritual Strategy. You are here because you're a nurturer. Now, before I brief you on what that means, I want to set the context just a bit, because I know the first time I learned about my archetypes, I was like, whoa, who put my business out in the streets? So I want you to prepare yourself. Prepare to feel seen. Prepare to feel resonance, and prepare to understand yourself and your own unconscious patterns at a new level of insight, a life-changing level. Before we begin, know this. Each sacred money archetype is a pattern of power within you. It contains a complete set of stories, beliefs, motivations, fears, strengths, and challenges. Archetypes are essentially neutral patterns of the human psyche. None of them are good or bad, better or worse, or more or less capable of creating wealth than any of the others. You'll get the most mileage out of your archetypes if you can approach them with radical acceptance, knowing that we're not here to fix or change anything about you because you're not broken. You came here as designed by the divine. Every experience you've ever had, including watching this video, is part of your sacred contract to learn and create whatever you came here for. So my mission is just to help you identify the traits and characteristics that are authentically, deeply within you, your divine money code, so you can start playing to your strengths and stop getting blindsided by your challenges. Today you'll learn revelations that will transform the way you think about yourself, your money, and even your relationships, because the way you do money is the way you do everything. All right, let's talk about your nurturer archetype. Your nurturer is your inner sponsor. Your nurturer is your inner sponsor. Nurturers hold the place in our earth, in our world, of illuminating to everyone around them what caring and compassion truly, deeply look like. They have a heart for service and a heart for other people. Nurture, your desire to be of service often inspires you to share your financial resources or other resources that are symbolically similar to money, like your time or your energy. You give, you are reliable, you are devoted, you are loyal, and it is a beautiful thing to see. But what you see as selfless generosity can easily create enabling relationships and spongy or non-existent boundaries with the people you want to help. This can cripple them. It can deprive them of the skills and maturity they need to learn how to live their own lives. And it can also sow seeds of resentment, martyrdom, and victim patterns within you. It's not unusual for you to give in a way that ends up compromising your own calendar or your own financial stability. Now, the people in your world and in the world at large do need you and your support, but it might be time to expand the ways you give, because giving can take many forms. For example, when you see others as powerful and hold them that way, even in their time of need, you create the possibility for helping them learn to fish, helping them expand their capacity in ways that are priceless. And it might be time for you to learn how to apply your compassionate nature to empowering others without making unfair sacrifices of your own money and resources. Now, nurturers appreciate money, yet they feel they need to overgive and overserve for every penny they bring in. They are naturally generous, and this can extend to wanting to protect, shelter, or nurture other adults financially. You're responsible with your personal finances, but you might find yourself attracting in other people who need your help financially and otherwise. You're motivated to give generously, often at the sacrifice of yourself. You have good money habits of your own, but you might have made big money sacrifices or mistakes in your life by helping others. Your self-worth is tied to compassion, giving, and being there for others, and you may even find it painful to set financial or time boundaries with people you love. You find that asking for what you're worth requires every single ounce of courage you've got, and you can tend to create emotionally entangled or dependent relationships which unconsciously disable the people you want to help. At extremes, you might find yourself being taken advantage of by others or secretly feeling resentful because what you're giving is not being reciprocated. In my School of Spiritual Strategy, we teach that resentment is always a sign of overgiving. At their extremes, nurturers can be prone to an addiction to fixing other people's problems or to rescuing others, sometimes in abandonment of yourself. Now, in the world of the archetypes, your sacred money contract is like a curriculum or lesson plan your soul agreed to learn when you came here. For you, nurturer, your sacred money contract is to care for others while empowering yourself. The caring for others part comes so naturally to you. You don't even have to work for it. It's just how you live. But the empowering yourself part, that's going to be your opportunity for growth. So here's a writing prompt I want you to journal about when you finish watching this video. What are 3 relationships with adults that often require your financial support or swooping in to help in crisis situations? And what beliefs would you have to acknowledge and transform in order to hold these people as powerful in their own right? Write about that. And try adding this declaration into your daily ritual. I forgive everyone in my life and release them with love. They are free and I am free. That's from Louise Hay. All right, so that's your special briefing on the nurturer archetype. I want to circle back and make sure we don't lose sight of why these archetypes are so important in the first place. The flow of money is a sign of spiritual well-being, but the power of the archetypes is so much deeper than that, because the way you do money is the way you do everything. So now that you see your money power patterns with some new clarity, I invite you to go deeper. Self-knowledge is just the first step on this path. It takes the marriage of self-knowledge with the tools and practices I call spiritual strategies to activate this new clarity, unblock your money, and start mastering your life. The moment you make the commitment to this journey, the commitment to integrate spirit and strategy, to integrate self-knowledge and radical acceptance of yourself, you'll begin to create a new reality. Because that's the moment you start standing in your own power. That's when you stop refusing your callings. That's when you start receiving your divine downloads. That's when ease and flow and well-being and miracles flow into your experience just like they're natural, normal, everyday events, because they are. And that's when you begin to unlearn and release and rewire old resistance and scarcity and unworthiness and limiting inner narratives. Remember, you called this wisdom in because you're ready for it. In fact, I think you're more than ready to create a breakthrough for yourself. In my School of Spiritual Strategy, I offer coaching programs and courses on life mastery, business mastery, and how to use tools like the sacred money archetypes and the law of attraction as a gateway to both. I invite you to take the next step and hop on the phone with someone from my team for a 15-minute spiritual strategy session, where we'll help you figure out which of our programs or packages is right for you and where you are right now, versus who you're becoming and where you want to be. You'll find a link to schedule a call right below this video. It's time to start creating your new reality. So let's talk about how we can work together to accelerate your life mastery and your financial freedom. Until then, keep your head up and your heart out.